Pension lump sum versus monthly income. I think a lot of people wrestle with this, don't they?
A lot of people do, and I mean, pensions aren't as prevalent as they used to be, but there's still a lot of people that, at least I encounter, that have pensions, whether they work for the government, work for a hospital, work for a defense contractor, work for a school. So one of the things that you have to decide, and not every pension allows this, but a lot of them do allow you to take a lump sum option as opposed to getting the guaranteed monthly income for your life, or you and your spouse's life. So it's a question that a lot of people do have to worry about. And one of the main things to look at is, if you're taking that lump sum, you're giving up the guaranteed monthly income, but now you have that money and you can do whatever you want with it. You can roll it into an IRA. That's a tax deferred rollover, so no initial tax on that. And then you can invest it how you want, create income how you want, take distributions how you want, convert it if you want. So there's a lot more flexibility, with that.
And one thing I always wonder, there's never 100% all the time you should do this.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
so this is something, this is something, again, you got to sit down with somebody that knows your whole financial situation, knows your taxes, has a financial plan for you. Say, for your situation, this is what's best. And you're only going to get that with a fee-based financial planner.
And there's a lot of things to look at that you mentioned. And the first thing that I look at is, okay, if you take the lump sum and give up the monthly income, if you invest that lump sum money, what return do you need to earn on that to generate the same amount of income that the pension would? And when you have a pension, the income options, you can do it for a single life, joint life with you and a spouse. You can do period certain. You can do with contingencies. So there's a lot of different options inside of the monthly income. But the main one that I look at is with a joint life benefit for you and a spouse. The reason I like to look at that is because if you're also getting Social Security, when the first spouse passes, the lower Social Security gets reduced, so you don't also want to have a reduction in pension income. So looking at that joint income on the pension side, and then if you take the lump sum, what do you have to return on that to create that same joint pension income? And again, the thing about with pensions is they stop when you die. So, in many cases, the return that you need on the lump sum isn't as much as you might think. When I look at it, you might need 3 to 4% on the lower end to 6 to 7% on the upper end on that lump sum to recreate it. And in many cases, if you invest your money wisely, you can do better than that and then get all the other flexibility that comes along with it.
And real quick, what about the longevity? I mean, if you have your parents, say you're 50 years old, your parents both died at 70, you don't have longevity. Does that come into play?
It absolutely does. No, that's a good point, because when you take the lump sum, it's called an internal rate of return calculation. So you do the calculation, and what I do is I say, okay, well, if you live to be 75, this is the return that you need.